It's quite a tricky decision at this point. Help! Morning guys, long time no see. And here with my brother Matt this morning.
Morning.
We're just about to head out on a bit of a walk. My ultramarathon training starts on the 31st of October. It's the 22nd today. So we thought as a bit of a warm up to that, we'd try and walk the entire Chesterfield Round Walk route, which is about 52.5 kilometers. So we're just gonna set off and walk that today and see how we go. What could possibly go wrong? Catch you in a bit. Right guys, we've just finished on the muddy rooty path and we've left Barlow behind us and we're heading up the hill now towards the Curly Bridge, so we'll catch you there. Here we are guys, just approaching the Curly Bridge, cross over the bypass there. So we're making a bit of progress, about 2 kilometers in, only 50.2 to go. Alright big guy, we come in peace. Friendly cows so far. Right, we've reached the viewing point and the first map that we encounter on the route. Probably not going to bother with the nice soggy bench there. We've got a map of the round walk here. See if we can figure out where we've been and where we came from. We've not got very far up to now. You are here, and we set off in at the church in Barlow, so a little bit of a way to go. Right, still nice and sunny. We're going over the railway bridge at Unston now.
Doesn't feel safe.
It doesn't feel safe. It's slippy, isn't it?
Been here for about 1,000 years. Today will be the day.
Here we are, we've made it to the Miners' Arms at Hundle. Bus is coming. Help! Skeleton's still there.
That's the last guy that tried to do the walk.
Here we are, just approaching the map again. Hopefully we've made a decent amount of progress. Feels like I've been walking a while. You are here, just past West Handley. So we started at Barlow Church down there, so... Oh yeah, we broke its back. Right, we've done about 10 kilometres now. I think we're just heading towards Whittington at this point, so we'll walk through the village and then cross over the canal and the river. Feeling okay so far, eating a bit, drinking a bit, and yeah, no injuries at this point, so see how we get on. So we needed somewhere to stop and just check for blisters and have a 5-minute sit down, so we decided just to call in this kids park that's a few meters off the route. Not a single bench, nowhere to sit at all, except squeezing yourself onto the ladders that go up to the slide. Possibly the worst rest I've ever had, but the feet are in good condition so far, and we've got 39 kilometers to go. We'll crack on. Not sticking around long, but there's a beehive there. We're just coming up to the old tree aerial up ahead there. Still perfect weather. I don't know how we've managed to get this lucky. It was raining yesterday and it's going to be raining tonight, but can't complain at all now. Just crossed over the bridge there, and we've got these massive steps to go up. Okay, I think we're about a third of the way there now, just around the Kalo area at the moment. Still the weather's perfect. 35.5 kilometers to go, so yeah, I reckon we're about a third of the way. Still going strong. Okay, we've just walked past the White Hart pub in Kalo, and we're heading up towards those where those friendly young bulls were following me last time I was doing a recce round here. So see how this goes, hopefully better than last time. Right, we're just walking through Sutton Springs Wood, and we've done 20 kilometers now, so only 32.5 to go. Okay, so we've decided to sit down on the bench just near Sutton Scarsdale Hall. Feet are starting to get a bit warm underneath, as you can expect. About 30 kilometers to go, so yeah, we'll just take a rest, have something to eat, check the feet are okay, and then carry on. Okay, we're 1 mile away from Heath now. Looks like thankfully the fields that usually cause me a lot of trip hazards have been cut down now, so nice and easy walking this time. Until we're approaching Heath now, where the motorway junction is. See the bypass traffic and hear the motorway. Another couple of kilometres and we'll be halfway round.
Staying there.
Yeah, staying there, are you, Matt? Sleep on the board. Where are we? Oh, you are here. That's good. So we're just approaching halfway now. Done 26.3 kilometres. Well, 26.3 kilometres to go, so that's about halfway, I think. Easy this.
It's just getting easier and easier.
Yeah. Don't know what we were worried about. Hello again. We've got 24.5 kilometres to go. Legs are starting to ache quite a bit, and we're debating whether to go 200 metres off course to go to a shop and buy some more food and drink. It's quite a tricky decision at this point, but we'll let you know what we decide. Okay, we've stopped for a sit down on a bench and a grass verge. 23 kilometres to go. We're having a few mini crises where everything's hurting. Definitely going to call in somewhere for some refreshments, the nearest shop we can to the trail, and then battle on from there. We're dropping down into the valley at North Wingfield now, so we know there's a big climb to do on the other side. You can see the hills over there. We'll be up at the top of that at some point, fingers crossed. Okay, we're just heading towards Clay Cross now. We did call in the little shop for some refreshments. Took us about 250 metres off course, and then we had to go back, so we've added half a kilometre onto the walk. Less than ideal. Aches and pains are still showing themselves, but battling on. Another 3 kilometres and we should be 2/3 of the way round, so that's keeping us going at the moment. Legs are really aching now. 18 kilometres to go. Feel like we're constantly on the lookout for somewhere to sit down. It's a bit damp just to sit on the floor, so could do with a few more benches on this route, I think. The sports drink I got from the shop in North Wingfield seems to have helped. Had yet another flapjack. Don't know how many I've been through up to now. Must be half a dozen. But yeah, seems to be keeping me going anyway. Alright guys, got as far as Bowl Hill Lane. Matt's had to arrange for a lift home. His knees are just too painful to carry on. Sounds like he's got something similar to the meniscus irritation that I suffered with for a long time, so I know how painful that can be, and both his knees are hurting him, so downhills are just excruciating. So yeah, he's getting picked up from here. I've got 16.1 kilometers to go, so about 10 miles. The sun's starting to get a bit lower in the sky, so I might need to get a wriggle on unless I want to get back in the darkness, which could happen. My legs are still working at this point, starting to get a bit of tightness above and below my left knee, but the knee itself seems okay. It's just the calf and the hamstring a bit at the moment, so hopefully that doesn't get any worse, and I'll persevere, see how far I can get. Okay, so it's a bit weird being out on my own on this walk now. Prior to this, the longest walk I've ever done was about 13.5 kilometers. Took me under 3 hours, and to now, up to this point today, I've been walking almost 8 hours 40, and yeah, I've done quite a lot more kilometers than 13, so it's a challenge. Still got over 15 kilometers to go, and trying to beat the sun, but at least I know the route. I've been on here once or twice before, so I've known where I've been going most of the day, which has been a bonus. Not too much brain power required to follow the paths, but yeah, tired, but pushing on. Here we are then, approaching another map board. 13.9 kilometers to go at this point. This is the first map board I discovered when I found out about this route. Let's see how we're doing. You are here. Well, that's progress. We started at the church at Barlow up there, so this bit done. Just gotta get back up there. Not a lot if you do it fast. Look, finger there, magic. Carry on. Always good fun crossing the fields around this farm. Try getting over there without being covered in poop. Not gonna happen, is it? I mean, I don't think you could make it any messier if you tried. At least the dog didn't come down to see me this time. Yeah, that went well. I think I need to wash my leggings and my shoes. Please don't let the ball out. I've enough on. What I do like about this type of video, where someone's out on a long expedition, you see that gradual change in mood from relatively chirpy and full of energy at the beginning to gradually less and less chirpy. A few more complaints thrown in, a bit less vocal energy, more grumbling, and yeah, I'm experiencing it firsthand here, and trying to capture how I'm feeling along the way. but trying to keep my spirits up. 13.3 kilometers to go. The sun's not quite down. Okay, made it to the Peak Edge Hotel and the Red Lion at Stanage. So I'm just going to have a sit down on the bench, which is hopefully still around this corner. Just give my feet a rest, maybe air them out for a minute, and then refill one of my water bottles and carry on. Oh, wow, 12.5k to go. Well, I'm happy to report that the feet are doing okay. The Injinji toe socks are doing a fine job despite having a bit of cow poo on them now. Yeah, I said about the shoes the better. They've also been doing a great job despite being absolutely coated in cow poo. So on we go. Made it into Corporation Wood. Following the path of the river for a while there. Looking very autumnal, as has the rest of the trails been this morning and afternoon. Just had to stop for another wee. I've had more wees than flapjacks today. I've had a lot of flapjacks. Made it. Got to the abandoned water pumping station. Remember that from my explorations down here. I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to explain my thoughts at this point because of the brain fog that keeps kicking in. Got 11 kilometers to go now out of the 52.5, maybe 53 that we'll end up doing, or I'll end up doing. But I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do this today. I did a 20 kilometer easy run the other day along the canal path, which was nice and flat. Cope with that okay, but that's the extent of my running fitness at the moment. And I don't do that much walking. Oh, waterfall. And of course, running and walking use different muscles in different ways, so I wasn't sure how capable I would be of actually walking anywhere near this amount of distance. So I have been pleasantly surprised. And as many of you will know, I've signed up to the Spire Ultra Marathon next May, and I'm starting my training plan on Halloween, so I've got 6 months to train for it, and I'm feeling positive at this point. The cut-off for the Spire is 9 hours. I think the latest finishers tend to do it in about 8:30, looking at previous results. And today, if I get this done within 12 or 13, just walking, then yeah, it's just a case of running the easier sections when I do the race. And if my fitness is in a good state at that point, then I'm fairly confident that I can get it done in a reasonable time. So really excited now about that prospect, because my first ultra is quite a daunting prospect. So yeah, happy days really. I'm glad my brother Matt suggested doing this walk, even though it was a bit of a crazy idea at the time. But yeah, I agreed, and here we are. And as long as I can manage another 10.9 kilometers, I'll be getting it done. All good. Nice view of Chesterfield from up here. You can see the crooked spire. Aeroplane going over. Just on this little trail here. Forget what it's called. Still 10.1k to go. I've been jogging little bits when it feels right, just to get things moving and give my walking muscles a break, and use the running muscles that I train a lot more often. Feels good to do that. Right, just under 8.5 kilometers to go. Light's starting to fade, and I'm heading into the woods again. Just crossed the dual carriageway up the top there. I've got my head torch out ready just before I went into the last set of woods. And do you have a set of woods? Yeah, rambling again. Into the trees. But yeah, somehow the light's still clinging on. I didn't actually need it in the end, and it was annoying me on my forehead, so I'm carrying it around my neck. Couldn't even be bothered to put it away again. Onwards we go. Just under 7 kilometres to go now. Just walking through this big farm. It's starting to go quite dark now. Just check how far I've got to go. 5.67 kilometres. Slow progress, but progress nonetheless. Almost forgot there's another round walk sign at this farm. Oh, where are we? If I collapse and go to sleep, just give me a nudge. Right, you are still alive, just somewhere near Old Brampton it would appear. I've got to get up to... Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's not far. Oh. Come on. Okay, the head torch is on now. It's almost 6:30 in the evening, and we set off at 7:30 this morning. So good 11 hours of daylight, and now got to do the last just over 5k in the almost darkness. Fairly sure Lineker Reservoir's down there somewhere in the darkness. Need to walk through the deep dark woods to get there. Some noisy birds about. Well, it sounds like a reservoir, so I'll assume it is one. One or two bats flying about. I've not been recording much, guys. It's pretty dark. A few encounters with animals in these fields where the sheep kind of all wandered over towards me. Yeah, they were bleating away quite loudly. Passed by some horses. They thankfully ignored me. So yeah, I've only got 2 kilometres to go now. Just yeah, heading towards Barlow from Cutthorpe, I think. I'm very glad that I know these trails reasonably well, but in the dark it's still a bit tricky. But navigation hasn't been too bad. But if I'd not been this way before, it probably would have been rather difficult. But yeah, nearly there anyway, guys. My brother's going to come out to meet me at the finish, I think, and get me some clean trainers to drive the car back home in, because these are obviously covered in cow poo. See the lights of Chesterfield from up here. I'm starting to get a good idea of what people are describing when they talk about the pain you feel after a long distance journey like this. I've not really experienced it to this degree before. I have to say I'm not suffering badly as I might be. The soreness in your leg muscles just slowly but surely increases as the miles go by. It's mainly my hamstrings that are feeling sore at this point. Not too bad. And it just feels like your legs won't move quickly or with any kind of vigour. It's just, thankfully, the slow inexorable march is still on the table at this point. So yeah, feeling reasonably good considering. Although yeah, from start to end, just things do deteriorate over time, so it's just a case of sticking with it and expecting it to gradually get worse as time goes by. But yeah, still going. Only got 1.26 kilometres to go. Right, here we go then. Not far from the car. A couple of 100 metres to go. Just got to drop down here to the road and then walk left until we get to the lay-by.
The colours always change, but the song is the same now. In tune, lifting us higher. Ooh, we can see so clear. Ooh, we can see so clear. Ooh, we can see so clear. Ooh, we can see so clear.
Piece of cake, this. Nice one. Made it.
That's very good.
Thought I'd never do it. Jeez. Stop the watch. Well done. That's pretty
I still beat you.